Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is only fitting that we celebrate the DENR anniversary with the 151st birth anniversary of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, a noted environmentalist who is also known for his work on biodiversity, forestry, and environmental health. May we call on Undersecretary Demetrio L. Ignacio Jr. to do a 2-minute report on what went on in today's pre-program activities.
Mr. President, may we inform Your Excellency that during the pre-program activities held earlier, Secretary Paje signed agreements and turned over a check to ARMM Governor Hataman for the implementation of the forest boundary delineation, cadastral survey, and the National Greening Program amounting to close to ₱500 million from DNR budget. We also concluded signing of agreements with private corporations and local government units for the cleanup and rehabilitation of esteros and rivers under the ADAPT Estero program. The new adopters include Absolute Distillers, Amcor Technology Philippines, Antel Holdings, AP Renewable, Atlantic Gulf and Pacific of Manila, Cathay Pacific Steel, Central Azucarera Don Pedro, Clean Eco Techwin, Cleanway Technology, CMPC and Bevco Philippines, Consolidated Distillers of the Far East, Philinvest Land, First Cavite Industrial Estate, First Gas Corporation, Hard Rock Aggregates, Horizon Land Property Development, Integrated Waste Management, James Hardy Philippines, Jetty Petroleum, Jorm Trading, Capco Ilihan Power, Majestic Landscape, Mericheck Trading, Pacific Concrete Products, Rapid City Realty and Development, RMM Trading and Waste Management Services, SEM Kalaka Power, SM Prime Holdings, Soltech Consultancy Resources, South Luzon Thermal Energy, 3J Foods, Teresa Marble, Mark Ventures, Vulcan Mining, Holcim, and the local governments of Kalayaan, Laguna, Antipolo, Bawan, Batangas, and Urdaneta, Pangasinan. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
To present the Philippine environmental performance, may we call on Secretary Ramon Paje and later former Chief Justice Reynato Puno.
His Excellency President Benigno S. Aquino III, former Chief Justice Reynato Puno, E.S. Jojo Choa, Governor Hataman, local government units, members of the media, colleagues, partners, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Mr. President, maraming salamat po sa pagpapaunlak nyo sa amin sa araw na ito. Dahil ito po ay aming 25th anniversary at karamihan po sa amin dito, mahigit 80% binilang ko kahapon, ngayon lang po makakapasok o nakapasok sa Malacanang Palace. Sabi nga po sa akin kanina nung isang kasamahan namin sa DNR, pagpasok ko sa lobby, sabi niya sa akin, "Sir, pwede na ho ako mag-retire." Sabi ko, "Bakit? Wala ka pa namang 60. "Sir, magre-retire na ako, nakapasok na ako sa Malacanang Palace." Karamihan po dito galing sa mga probinsya, sa mga munisipyo, sa buong bansa. Nandito po sila ngayon to celebrate our 25th anniversary. Mayroon pong mga hindi nakapasok, mahigit 80 na nandun naghihintay sa opisina. Subalit sila po ay sinabihan po ako kanina ng OP na baka sila bigyan ng special tour sa Palace. Kasi hindi po sila nakapasok. I was also tasked, Mr. President, by the employees of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources to present their performance today. We are very happy, Mr. President, that we will be presenting to you the performance of the department, not only based on the national standard, but based on the global standard. Because we're very fortunate that last February 2012, the Environmental Performance Index of the world was released. And in that performance index, out of 132 countries, the Philippines was ranked 42nd. Actually, we jumped from number 50 in 2010, we jumped to 42nd. It is a modest gain, but actually, Mr. President, it is so significant to us because we shifted our category from a modest performer to strong environment performer. It is also worth mentioning that since we are number 42nd, there are 90 countries behind us. 90 countries behind us. It is worth mentioning some of the countries in that 90. Australia is number 48, America is 49th, Singapore 52nd, and Israel 61st. It only shows, Mr. President, that the programs, policies, and reforms in the environment sector in the Philippines are correct and sustainable, and therefore better compared to the others in terms of contributing to the overall global environmental protection. The question is, bakit tayo nasali doon? Mr. President, we found out, you asked me to review this last May. In one of the meetings upstairs, you told me, tingnan nga natin why were we included by the Yale University, the Columbian University, and this year, joined by the World Economic Forum and the European Commission, included us in the strong environment performer. Why? Because we found out, Mr. President, that out of the 22 categories, we got perfect score in 5. 5 categories. These are protecting the forest cover because of the total lag ban, Mr. President, that we issued. Growing forest stock, which is the National Greening Program. Carbon per capita, because we have a growing forest, so the sequestration rate is high, and therefore the carbon per capita is low. We have agricultural subsidies because we are subsidizing some of the lowland and upland farmers. And lastly, for reducing the outdoor pollution. Let me therefore present to you, Mr. President, these programs which contributed to this particular rating of the API. Total logging ban. Mr. President, last February 2011, you have issued Executive Order number 23 declaring total logging ban in this country. Not a single government in the past was able to muster the political will to declare total log ban in this country, except your government, Mr. President. Because of this, and because of the effort of the Anti-Illegal Logging Task Force, we were able to confiscate already 13.3 million board feet, equivalent to around 330 million pesos. In fact, just last week, we added around 4,700 logs that we confiscated again along Agusan River. I would like to inform you the President is very unhappy with this. He in fact expresses disgust for this unabated illegal logging in Agusan. And I would like to somehow make this as a warning to the Regions 13 and Region 11. We have to stop illegal logging in Mindanao. We have filed 328 cases already, Mr. President, and before there were no convictions. Now, from July 2010 up to now, we already have 57 individuals convicted, Mr. President. Before, all the confiscated logs were being auctioned by the government. And sometimes, or in fact, most of the time, yung illegal logger, sila rin ang nanalo sa bidding. Sa ngayon po, We have stopped bidding all confiscated logs. We are converting this to chairs, and we are donating all of this to the Department of Education. As of now, Mr. President, we have already produced more than 85,000 chairs, desks, and other school furniture donated to DepEd. We have also repaired 378 school buildings using these confiscated logs. In support of the protection of the forest, Mr. President, we have also completed already the boundary delineation of our forest line. This is a constitutional provision. For more than 25 years, we have not completed this. Now, Mr. President, we have completed already. The last Mohon monument was established last week in Palawan. We have already completed the entire Philippines except the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao. But just this morning, Mr. President, we have already signed an agreement giving close to ₱500 million pesos to the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao to finance the survey, cadastral survey, boundary survey, and also, of course, implementation of the National Greening Program. We know, Mr. President, that with Governor Hataman at the helm of ARMM, we know that there will be no systems loss in our investment in ARMM. With respect, Mr. President, to the National Greening Program, this is another 100 points given to us by the EPI. We were able to plant 158,558 hectares using around 90 million seedlings. This picture, Mr. President, that we are showing to you was planted, this area was planted in cooperation with the provincial government of Camarines Sur. If you will note, Mr. President, we are using less seedling per hectare because the spacing, if you use a 3 by 3 spacing, we can actually plant 1,111 seedlings per hectare. But we are using 4 by 4 and 4 by 5, an average of around 700 seedlings per hectare, and therefore we are planting more hectares using fewer seedlings, meaning nakakatipid po tayo. So we only used around 90 million seedlings this year. Next frame. Mr. President, the budget that we got for 2011 was an increase of around 14% based on 2010 figures. 1.166 billion in 2010, and we got a budget of 1.331 billion 2011. But with this budget, Mr. President, we were able to increase our performance by around 154%. Because in 2010, the accomplishment was about 32,000 hectares. This is 82,000 hectares for, as we mentioned a while ago, it's 128,000 hectares, but that's for all, including the performance of DILG, the DepEd, and some other partners. But this one, 82,000 hectares, Mr. President, is the one funded under the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. But despite the increase of 14%, we were able to increase the performance by 154% because we have reduced the cost per hectare to around 12 to 15,000 instead of 36,000 compared to 2010. This frame, Mr. President, let me explain this carefully. When we took over, the forest land in this country is 15.8 million hectares. Around 7.6 million of that is considered vegetated, forest land with forest cover. 8.2 forest land but considered open, denuded, and degraded, meaning kalbo, walang vegetation. What we are projecting here, Mr. President, that as we move along, Nagtatanim tayo ng 128,000 last year. We're targeting 200,000 hectares this year. Ang target po namin, I think by the end of this year, it will be even already. And we are very, very certain, Mr. President, that by the end of 2013, there will be more forest cover compared to open denuded integrated areas. Magbabaliktad na po yan. By 2013, there will be more forests than open denuded areas. Ganito po ang itsura niyan. Pataas ng pataas yung planted, bumababa yung open denuded integrated, especially if the private sector will help us in planting these areas. Allow me to show an example so that you will believe us, especially the private sector here. This is an example of a picture taken in 1990 during the time of President Cory Aquino. They started planting this area, and after 4 years, we took a picture again. Ganyan na po yan. After 7 years, another picture, and now you can go to Bukidnon and see the area. Ganyan na po ang itsura niyan. We have proven it. It can be done. He said it's impossible, it is now possible. This area is only very small, less than 7,000 hectares, but the value of this area now is minimum of 2.5 billion pesos. Therefore, the 128,000 that we have planted will have a value of around 30 billion pesos by 2027, and therefore it is more than enough to pay for all the budget that we are going to use up to 2016 for the National Greening Program. And therefore, Mr. President, lahat po ng itatanim natin by 2012 at to 2016, bonus na lang po yan. Bawi na tayo 2011 pa lamang with this kind of plantation and with this kind of computation. It is there, you can see it. If you go to Bukidnon, you fly over it. That is the plantation that we started in 1990 during the time of President Cory. That is now the situation in Bukidnon. Let me now move on to the other item where we got perfect score, Mr. President, the Clean Air Program. When you came in po, Mr. President, in the second quarter of 2010, the total suspended particulates in Metro Manila is 166 microgram per normal cubic meter. We were able to bring it down to 116, third quarter of 2011 to 118, the fourth quarter of 2011. We were very happy we were able to bring it down. But, Mr. President, we wish to inform you, and we're very honest with you, we are very unhappy with the first quarter of 2012. It shoot up to 136. In fact, Mr. President, by tomorrow I will be meeting the LTO chief in UP Diliman together with the Philippine Medical Association and discuss with her our focused effort in reducing the vehicle emission in Metro Manila because it is 80% of the pollution in Metro Manila. And kami po'y natutuwa dahil Secretary Marojas na po mismo ang naglilid po rito. He called for us last month for a big meeting in DOTC and to make sure that we have a focused effort in reducing emission or vehicle emission in Metro Manila. We are also measuring already, Mr. President, the PM10 starting last year. This is the particulate matter 10, which is significant because this is the pollutant that goes to the lungs. Ito pong TSP, the total suspended particulates, ito yung responsible only for the upper respiratory illnesses, but the PM10, which is smaller, goes to the lungs, it causes lung cancer and other illnesses. And this is very important. The President asked us last year to measure this already. We have already the equipment that can measure it, but Mr. President, we cannot measure yet the 2.5. We don't have the equipment yet, but we will try to develop the competency to develop the 2.5. Next item, Mr. President, is this is the program which we signed this morning. And levity aside, Mr. President, this is one of the most successful programs of the department, the Adapt Estero River Program. We never expected that when we launched this last year, the response of the civil society, the private sector will be this high. We were surprised with the corporate social responsibility of the corporations of this country that as of now, Mr. President, we already have 275 corporations adopting 168 water bodies nationwide. Ito po, kaya po ganyan dyan dahil may mga lugar po na inadapt isang ilog, dalawang korporasyon ang nag-adapt, or tatlo. That's why 275 and 168 water bodies. But just this morning, Mr. President, this number from 275 grew to around 315 because around 40 corporations signed this morning and adopted new 40 water bodies. Ganun po ang itsura niyan, yung mga before and after. Yung una po was adopted by ABS-CBN. Ito po is, I think this is Sampaloc in Lacson, the Sampaloc in Sampaloc. Dati po, pwede kang maglakad dyan sa basura. Ngayon, malinis-linis na. Ang next frame, ito ho yung San Juan River. Nilinis po ito ng MMDA together with the ILG and us. Luminis po ng konti, but dumaan ho ako dyan kaninang umaga, madumi na naman. Mr. President, but we are already very certain that San Juan River will be cleaned up for good. Because just this morning, Mr. President, San Juan River, which is the second biggest river in Metro Manila, traversing 4 cities with the headwater coming from Quezon City, exiting in San Juan, has been adopted, Mr. President, by the biggest conglomerate in this country, the SM Prime. Nandito po si Mr. Hansik. Let us recognize the SM. Sila po ang gagastos dyan para linisin. Libre na po ang paglilinis dyan. And apart from SM Prime, 39 more corporations, Mr. President, signed contracts this morning adopting 39 more water bodies in this country. Allow me to recognize all of them, Mr. President. Let me ask all the 40 corporations to stand up so that you will be recognized by the President. Sila po yung mga corporations na maglilinis ng katubigan. Isa lang ho, maraming salamat po. Isa lang po ang inihingi nila, Mr. President, na kapalit. Picture taking mamaya. Lastly, Mr. President, we have this one, the cleanup of Manila Bay, because there is a Supreme Court mandamus mandating us to clean Manila Bay. We're doing it together with the EILG and MMDA. And finally, Mr. President, for this particular program, we have developed already the trust boats. Ito ho ay designed na makapasok sa mga esteros natin. Maliit lang po siya. It was designed by a very good engineer, the professor of Executive Secretary Jojo Ochoa, designed this boat, Mr. Engineer Noel Garlan. Nandito po ba siya? Andun po, sir. Siya po ang dive master ni E.S. Ochoa. He designed this boat. We are producing 24. And we can now bring this to the esteros. Makakapasok na po. Because the biggest problem natin is the boat cannot get into the esteros. But these boats can get in. We have 4 now parked at the back of this wall. The President will view it later. And 20 more will come before the end of the year. Lastly, Mr. President, all of these programs are being implemented under an improved environmental governance. Sabi nga po namin, naglilinis tayo sa labas, dapat naglilinis din sa loob. With our anti-corruption programs, Mr. President, we were already able to dismiss and penalize 32 employees. The recidivist employees, around 12 of them completely dismissed, formally charged 34, and there are still 176 undergoing investigation. We have also installed under our Matuwid na Daan program, we have also installed close to 1,000 CCTV cameras all over the country. In fact, Mr. President, the central office is now covered with more than 80 cameras. Kaya ho, we can proudly say, wala ho kayong makikitang fixture na sa Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Lahat po yan mahuhuli sa camera. In fact, Mr. President, this is a new technology. This is downloadable in the cell phone or in our iPad. Maski po yung opisina ng Zamboanga, Isabela, Surigao, we can view it in our iPad real time. because I have required all the regional executive directors to submit to me the PIN numbers of all these cameras all over the country. Kaya po ang absenteeism sa DNR tremendously po bumagsak. Wala na hong, kasi yung silya nila kuhang-kuha kung bakante. And finally po, Mr. President, we are also promoting cashless transactions in the department, and we are also posting all contracts in the web to promote transparency in all bidding results in the web. Because of this, Mr. President, Pulse Asia corroborated the EPI. When we came in, the rating for the environment and natural resource sector was -12. In 2011, it shoot up to +32, and the last survey in June 2011, +36. Ito po ay dahil sa lahat na nagsusumikap, nagpupunyagi, masisipag na empleyado ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Mr. President, allow me to present to you, Mr. President, the entire employees of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Sila po ang nag-deliver nito, and in front you, Mr. President, allow me to salute them. Magandang umaga po at maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Allow me now to introduce the next speaker. As I've mentioned, this performance did not come without a price. In fact, we paid a very high price for this. Mr. President, if you remember, when you went to the department last May 2011, you awarded scholarship grants and financial support to the bereaved families of the employees of the department who have been murdered, assassinated, and killed because they were active protectors of the environment. And because of that, Mr. President, at the time when you were there, the number was 13. Today, it shoot up to 23. It has become so alarming that it has caught already the attention of the icon of environmental justice in this country. That's why he is here today. Allow me to introduce to you the icon of environmental justice in the Philippines, the person who designated 117 courts as environmental courts to assist us in environmental prosecution, the father of the writ of kalikasan, the best Chief Justice of the Republic of the Philippines, Mr. President, Chief Justice Renato S. Puno.
His Excellency President Benigno S. Aquino III, Executive Secretary Paquito Ochoa, Secretary Ramon Paje, Secretary Coloma, Governor Ataman, the officials of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Una po ay binabati ko ang Department of Environment sa mahusay na pamumuno ni Kalihim Paje sa pagdiriwang ng kanilang 25th anniversary. Ito po ay isang makasaysayang pagdiriwang sapagkat narinig natin ang ginawang pag-uulat ni Secretary Paje at ang maraming tagumpay ng programa ng ating departamento. Ngunit sa akin pong pananaw, ang pinakamahalaga dito ay iyong naging Environmental Performance Index natin sa taong ito. Nakagagalak na higit na mataas ang naging ranking na binigay sa atin. Higit sa mauunlad na bansa gaya ng Estados Unidos, Australia, Singapore at South Korea. Sa akin pong pagkakaalam, ngayon lang tayo nagtamo ng ganitong karangalan. Salamat sa pamamahala ng ating Pangulo at ni Secretary Pahit. Alam po ninyo, ayon sa pag-aaral ng mga pantas, ang pinakamahalagang pakikibaka ng tao sa milenyong ito ay hindi iyong pakikibaka laban sa terorismo. Ngunit ang pakikibaka para pangalagaan ang kalikasan at likas na kayamanan. Ayon sa kanilang paningin, ang pag-aagawan sa maiinom na malinis na tubig, ang pangangailangan na makalanghap ng malinis na hangin, ang irresponsableng pagbubungkal ng likas na yaman ay siyang maaaring pagsimulan ng iba't ibang kaguluhan sa buong mundo, pati na ang kinatatakutan nating World War III. At ang pananaw na ito ay hindi galing doon sa tinatawag dating mga alarmist o mga prophets of doom. Ang katotohanan po, ang pakikibaka para ipagtanggol ang ating kalikasan ay nag-umpisa na, at ito ay mararamdaman natin sa ating sariling bayan. Ayon po sa istatistika ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources, mayroon na pong 63 na nag-alay ng kanilang buhay dito sa pakikibaka na ito. Magmula po noong taong 1990 hanggang June 2010. Ayon din sa kanilang istatistika, 30 kasapi ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources ang taon-taon ay nagbubuwis ng buhay dito sa pakikibakang ito. At malaki po ang dinami ng mga biktima ng pakikibakang ito, lalong-lalo na ng isakatuparan ng Department of Environment ang pagbabawal sa pagtotroso. Isa po sa mga biktima ay si Mr. Jaime Diaz Sr., isang tree marker sa opisina ng Department of Environment doon po sa Loreto, Agusan del Sur. Dahil po sa kanila, nakakumpiska sila ng 365 pieces o 195.90 cubic meters of logs and 6,695 pieces o 162,918 board feet of flitches and lumber. Noon pong Pebrero 23, nitong taon na ito, habang siya at ang kanyang may bahay ay nagkakape sa kanilang bahay, siya ay pinagbabaril ng isang tao na matapos ay tumakas sakay ng isang motorsiklo. Nandiyan din po si Melania Dirain, isang foreign specialist ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Siya po ang lead investigator sa nangyayaring illegal logging sa Cagayan Valley. Ganon din po ang sinapit na kapalaran ni Melania Dirain. Noon pong Pebrero 7 nitong taon na ito, siya ay nasa kanyang opisina nang siya ay pasukin ng isang hindi kilalang tao at pagbabarilin hanggang mamatay. Natanong ko po sa isang opisyal ng Department of Environment kung ano ang sandata ng ating mga forest rangers kapag sila ay humahayo sa kabundukan at hinahabol iyong mga lumalapastangan sa ating kagubatan. Ang sabi po niya, ang kanilang dalang sandata ay iyon lamang kanilang travel order. Ang nakalulungkot po dito ay hindi pa nabibigyan ng lubusang hustisya ang mga kasama nating ito na nasawi while in the performance of their duty. Kaya po, pinupuri natin ang ating Pangulo sa kanyang krusada laban sa mailap na hustisya dito sa ating bayan. Ang ilan po sa pamilya nila Jaime Diaz Sr. at Melania Dirain na nagkaloob ng kanilang buhay para ipagtanggol ang ating kalikasan ay kapiling po natin ngayon, Mr. President. Maaari po ba silang tumayo? Salamat po. Dahilan po sa dumarami ang mga nasasawi sa pakikibakang upang bigyan ng proteksyon ng ating kalikasan. Naisipan at pinanukala ni Secretary Paje na magtatag tayo ng isang foundation na pinangalanang Foundation for Environmental Heroes. Ang mga kasapi po nito ay sina Cardinal Gaudencio Rosales, si Attorney Felipe Gozon ng GMA, si Chairman Duque ng Civil Service, si Secretary Pahe at ang inyong lingkod. Babasahin ko po ang pangunahing layunin nitong Foundation for Environmental Heroes sa wikang English. Ito po ang sinasaad: to promote the social welfare of the children, or in their absence, minor siblings, and the parents, 65-year-old or above, of officials and employees of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources of the Republic of the Philippines, who are killed or rendered permanently disabled as a result of or in connection with their discharge of official functions relating to the lawful implementation and enforcement of environmental and natural resources laws, rules, and regulations by providing financial assistance in the form of grants for education and related material support, and to promote the protection and development of these beneficiaries. Ang ating pong Civil Service Commission ay nagdaos ng isang fund run at nagkaloob ng 314,241 pesos bilang seed money dito sa Foundation for Environmental Heroes. Ang ating pong bayan ay isang bayan ng mga bayani. Noong 1896, pinagtanggol at binuwis nila Rizal ang kanilang buhay laban sa paninikil ng mga Kastila. Noong 1986 naman, si Senador Benigno Ninoy Aquino, ama ng ating kasalukuyang Pangulo, ay nagbuwis din ng kanyang buhay laban sa isang authoritarian regime. Sa panahong ito, nahaharap na naman tayo sa isang pakikibaka. Bagamat ang pakikibaka na ito ay kakaiba. Ito po ang pakikibaka upang ipagtanggol ang ating kalikasan, upang pangalagaan ang ating likas na kayamanan. Ang nakataya po dito sa pakikibaka na ito ay ang karapatan nating mabuhay sa isang bansa na may kalusugan, ang ating karapatan na ipamana sa darating na Pilipino ang isang bayan na ang likas na yaman ay kanilang pakikinabangan. Sa madaling salita, isang bayan kung saan karapat-dapat silang mamuhay, isang bayan na kanilang maipagmamalaki. Ang kasaysayan po ng pakikibaka na ito ay susulatin sa dugo ng ating mga kababayan, lalo na ng mga kawani ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Ang ating pong Foundation for Environmental Heroes ay kikilalanin ang mga bayaning ito upang hindi kailanman pumawi sa ating alaala ang binuwis nilang buhay para sa ating bayan. Hindi lamang po tayo magbibigay ng simpatya sa kanilang ginawang sakripisyo, ngunit pagkakaalooban natin sila ng tulong, lalong-lalo na ang kanilang mga minamahal sa buhay upang maitaguyod ang kanilang magandang kinabukasan. Muli, binabati ko ang Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Mabuhay po ang pamunuan nito, mabuhay ang ating Pangulong Aquino.
Thank you, Secretary Paje and former Chief Justice Reynato Puno. Now we shall call on Secretary Paje for the presentation to His Excellency President Benigno S. Aquino III, the 100 millionth seedling of the National Greening Program. May we request His Excellency President Aquino and Secretary Paje to step down from the stage for the viewing. The National Greening Program is the biggest reforestation program in the history of the Philippines, launched by the President last year. This seedling came from the seed of the Tindalo tree that was planted by President Manuel L. Quezon in 1938. Tindalo, the common name for Abzellia rhomboideae, is a hardwood species belonging to the family of Fabaceae. It is indigenous to the Philippines and classified as endangered. Its timber is used for railroad ties, high-grade furniture, and interior works, among others. The Magellan's cross, planted in Cebu City in 1521, is now encased in a Tindalo wood cross. After this program, this seedling will be planted in the Malacañang grounds by the President. Thank you very much. May we now call on Executive Secretary Paquito Ochoa to introduce our guest of honor.
Mga kasamahan sa pagbabantay ng kalikasan, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Benigno Simeon Aquino III.
Magandang umaga po, maupo tayo lahat. Executive Secretary George Ochoa, Secretary Ramon Paje, Secretary Sonny Coloma, Chief Justice Reynato Puno, Armed Governor Mujib Ataman, Undersecretary Demetrio Ignacio, Chairman Francisco Duque, the 40 partners of DNR in its Adopt an Estero River program, officials and employees of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, fellow workers in government, honored guests, minamahal ko pong kababayan, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Nangyari po ang makasaysayang revolusyon sa EDSA noong 1986 dahil sa nag-iisang atika ng sambayanan, ang palayain sa gapos ng diktadurya ang Pilipino at payabungin ang diwa ng demokrasya sa ating bansa. Pinamunuan ng aking ina ang pagkalinga sa isang bansang uhaw sa malasakit matapos itong abusuhin at baliwalain ng ilang taon. Ngunit kasabay ng pag-aaruga sa taong bayan, mulat rin siyang hindi lamang ang mga Pilipino ang napabayaan. Sa kasagsagan ng batas militar, nakalimutan din ang ating kalikasan. Ito ang dahilan kung bakit noong 1987, isang taon matapos ang EDSA Revolution, itinatag ang isang kagawaran na sasagip at mangangalaga sa nooy naghihingalo nating kapaligiran at mga likas yaman. Pagkalipas ng 25 taon, hindi pa rin nagmamaliw ang prinsipyong pinag-uugatan ng mandato ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources na sa masigasig na pangangasiwa ng pamahalaan, ang paglago ng ating demokrasya ay nakasalalay sa pagyabong at pangangalaga ng ating likas yaman. Kaya naman, sa tuwid na daan, agad nating inatasan ang DNR sa pamumuno ni Kalim Ramon Paje na doblehin ang pagkayod para manumbalik ang sigla ng ating kalikasan. Mantakin po ninyo, ang minana nating sakop na kagubatan, 15.8 million hectares. Mahigit kalahati po nito, mahigit 8 milyong hektarya ay nakatiwangwang at paubos na. Ayon po sa DNR, kung aampunin lang natin ang usad pagong na reforestation program na nakarang administrasyon, konti lang naman ang kakailanganin nating mga taon para matapos. Aabutin tayo ng 280 years bago maisaayos sa mga nasirang kagubatan. Baka makaabot pa ako doon. Kung hindi tayo kikilos para isalba ito, para na rin nating isinuko ang buhay, kabuhayan at kinabukasan ng milyon-milyong Pilipino. Bilang tugon, inilunsad natin ang National Greening Program, ang pinakamalawak na reforestation program sa kasaysayan ng ating bansa. Kung 750,000 hektarya ang nataniman ng puno ng dinar sa nakalipas na 25 taon, sa NGP, dodoblehin natin ito sa loob lamang ng 6 na taon. Kung gusto pa niyong pabilisin, sangayon rin po ako. Sa unang taon pa lang ng NGP, malinaw na ang bunga ng ating pagbabayanihan. Umabot ng 89.6 million seedlings ang ating naitanim sa halos 128,600 hektaryang lupain bago matapos ang 2011. Sa pakikibalikat ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno, ng pribadong sektor at mga kababayan nating mula sa iba't ibang bahagi ng lipunan, kumpiyansa ako maisa sa katuparan natin ang NGP ng walang karagdagang budget, pero kung gagawin naman natin plus 14 ang budget at 154 ang improvement sa performance, makukumbinsi natin si Secretary Abad na dagdagan pa kayo. Saksi po tayong lahat kung paano magalit ang ating kalikasan. Sunod-sunod na bagyo, pagguho ng lupa, dambuhalang alon, lampas gusaling pagbaha. Walang makakapagsasabi kung gaano kalupit ang susunod na delubyo ng kalikasan. Subalit may kakayahan tayong paghandaan at limitahin ang pinsalang hatid nito. Panahon na para ibalik natin sa kalikasan ang pag-aarugang ibinigay niya sa atin. Panahon na para patunayan karapat-dapat tayo sa mga biyayang handog sa atin ng mundong ito. Tayo naman ngayon ang magtatanggol sa ating mga likas na yaman, kaya dapat lamang na bawat isa sa atin ay mag-ambag para sa tagumpay ng National Greening Program. Maliban sa nailalayo tayo nito sa peligrong dulot ng climate change, may direktang tulong din ang NGP sa kabuhayan ng mga kababayan nating naninirahan sa kabundukan. Sila ang magsisilbing tagapagbantay sa mga itinanim na puno at sa kanila rin magbumula ang mga bagong punla. Talaga naman pong iba na ang sistema. Ang mga dating kumakapit sa pagkakaingin ay sila na ngayong mga kalasag na aruga sa mga kagubatan natin. Isa lamang ang NGP sa mga pangkalikasang reforma na isinasagawa ng DNR sa ilalim ng ating pong administrasyon. Sa unahang pagkakataon sa bisa ng ating Executive Order number 23, nagpatupad tayo ng moratorium sa pagtotroso sa natural at residual forest. Kaugnay nito, bumuo rin tayo ng anti-illegal logging task force para siguruhin na ipapatupad ang ating mga batas kontra illegal na pagtotroso. Gaano po ba kaepektibo ang mga programang ito? Ang mga illegal na trosong nakumpiska natin na nagkakahalaga ng humigit kumulang 330 milyong piso, ginawa po nating mga upuan at mesa at ibinigay sa Department of Education para pakinabangan ng ating mga estudyante. Meron po mga nagtangkang magbid at bilhin ang troso. Sabi ko, doon na lang ho kayo punta sa mga estudyante, makiupo na lang kayo sa kanilang mga sila. Patunay po ito na kung talagang nakatutok tayo sa pagtupad ng ating mga sinumpang mandato, ang mga dating naakala nating imposible ay nagkakatotoo na. Patuloy pa rin po nating hinihikayat ang pribadong sektor na makipagtulungan at maglaan ng oras para sa kapakanan ng ating kapaligiran. Isa pong magandang halimbawa nito ay ating Adopt an Estero program, kung saan magkaagapay ang gobyerno at ang mga pribadong korporasyon sa paglilinis ng 168 na mga estero at daluyang tubig. Nakakataba po talaga ng puso kapag alam mong may mga kasabay kang tumatahak sa tuwid na daan. Kaya naman, saludo ko sa kasalukuyang 275 na mga pribadong tanggapan at local government units na ating katuwang sa pangangalaga sa mga estero at daluyang tubig. Ngayon din po, sa 40 korporasyon at 4 na local government units na bagong kasapi ng ADAP Estero Program na kasama natin ngayong umaga nandito po sa bandang kaliwa. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikiisa at sa inyong pagkalinga sa ating kalikasan. Nagsusulong po tayo ng ganito mga programang pangkapaligiran dahil alam nating walang ibang magdurusa sa mga pagsusungit ng kalikasan kundi tayo rin naman. Malinaw pa rin naman po siguro sa ating alaala ang idinulot na trahedya ni Sendong. Tandaan po natin, hindi tubig kundi troso ang rumagasa sa ilog at kumitil sa buhay ng mahigit 1,000 nating mga kababayan. Alam po niyo, maabot po sa atin na tila may hindi naniniwala na talaga seryoso tayo doon sa ban sa laging. Tuloy-tuloy pa ho ang pagtotroso, meron pa ho makakuntsaba na membro ng pamahalaan. Total naman po, diretsuhan na tayong inahamon, tinatanggap po ang hamon, inaatasan natin ang mga kalihim ng DILG, DOJ at DNR na magpulong at pag-isipan, planuhin, gawin kung paano pa mapapaigting ang ating kampanya laban sa anti-illegal logging at maniguradong yung mga conviction ay maparami pa. Siguro utusan na rin natin ang Bureau of Corrections na maghanda ng mga dagdag na mga lugar doon para makapagbakasyon na yung mga kalay nagbibiro ko. Inaasahan ko rin na tuwing buwan ay may nire-report sila sa akin parami ng parami ang mga nahuhuli at nakukonvict hanggang maubos na po sila at magbakasyon na lahat sa Bureau of Corrections. Nananalig po ako ang nakaraang 25 taon ng DNR ay magsisilbing inspirasyon upang lalo pa ninyong pagbutihin ang pangangalaga sa kapaligiran at likas yaman. Nakaatang sa inyong balikat ang sabay na pagbabantay at pagbabalanse sa mabilis na pag-usad ng lipunan at sa mabuting lagay ng ating kalikasan. Mula tayo sa bigat ng tungkuling ito. Kaya't makakaasa kayong basta para sa kapakanan ng kapaligiran at para sa kaligtasan ng taong bayan, hindi tayo magdadalawang isip na ibigay ang mga pangangailangan ng DNR. Nasa likod ninyo ako palagi. Kung sakali pong wala ako sa likod ninyo, siguradong nasa harap po ninyo ako. Pinapangunahan ang ating laban para sa ating pong kapaligiran. Simple lamang po ang hiling namin sa inyo. Ituon natin ang ating lakas at atensyon sa pagbuo ng makabuluhan, epektibo at kapaki-pakinabang na programa para sa kapakanan ng ating inang kalikasan at ng taong bayan. Bilang mga lingkod bayan, may mga mandatong ipinagkatiwala sa atin. Kaya naman, tuparin natin ito ng matapat at may dangal. Ito ang magdidilig sa mga ipinunla nating reforma. Ito ang magpapausbong sa inaalagaan nating demokrasya. At dito magmumula ang mabungang kinabukasan na ipapamana natin sa mga susunod na Pilipino. Sa tulong ng DNR at ng bawat isa sa atin dito, tsak na mapapayabong natin ito. Bago po ako magtapos, yung foundation na itinuloy nyo, ano nga ang pangalan? Environmental Heroes Foundation. Kailangan naman po talagang kalingahin natin. Kaya inaatasan ko rin po si Executive Secretary George Ochoa na kumuha sa Presidential Social Fund ng 5 billion idagdag na seed capital pool. Siyempre, lahat tayo matutuwa kung di na madadagdagan yung kailangan tulungan nitong pondong to. Pabubuin ko rin po sa tulong, siguro joint na task force po ng PNP at saka ng NBI na maniguradong hindi lang mahuli yung salarin na actual na nagpapatay, pero pati na rin ang mga nasa likod po nila. At talaga ipa-follow up po natin ang progreso ng kanilang mga kaso sa kanilang mga mahuli. Magandang araw po. Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. May we request the President for a photo opportunity. First, may we call on the regional executive directors to come on stage to have a picture with the President. After the program, the President will view the trash boats along the Pasig River outside. Thank you very much. Next, may we call on the DNR Executive Committee for your photo opportunity with the President. The trash boats will be used in the sustained cleanup of the Pasig River and its tributaries and esteros through the removal of floating garbage and water lilies. Thank you very much. And now may we call on the first 20 adopters in the Adopt an Estero program, to be followed by the next 20. To the first 20, please. After viewing, the President will proceed to plant the 100 millionth seedling of the National Greening Program. Thank you. May we call on the next 20 adopters? Thank you very much, and thank you very much, Mr. President. May we request the DENR EXICOM and the regional executive directors to proceed to the planting area to join the President in the tree planting activity. Meantime, we invite our guests and DENR employees for a cocktail. And for those who wish to have their photos taken, we have an available photographer here. Please feel free to come up for the picture taking. At makikita po natin ang ating Pangulo na papalakad na patungo sa gazebo area sa Malacanang Talas para sa tree planting ng Tindalo tree. Kung matatandaan niyo po, kanina ay nabanggit po ang Tindalo. Ang Tindalo po ay may scientific name na Axelia rhomboidea. Ay ang punong nagre-representa sa 100 million seedling ng National Greening Program. Ito ay nagmula sa buto ng Tindalo tree na itinanim ni Pangulong Manuel L. Quezon noong 1938. At ngayon po ay ang ating Pangulo ay nagtungo na sa likod sa may Pasig River. Diyan po ay titignan ng ating Pangulo yung trash boats. 4 po itong trash boats na nandyan sa likod ng Malacanang. At ito pong 4 ay ang unang 4 sa 24 na bibilihin ng ating Department of Environment and Natural Resources para linisin ang Pasig River. Ito pong trash boat na ito ay dinisenyo ng isang engineer dito po sa DENR, si Engineer Noel Garlan. Ngayong araw po, sa okasyon ng Silver Anniversary Celebration ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources sa Malacanang Palace, ipinisinta ni Secretary Ramon Paje, ito po kay Pangulong Aquino, ang 4 na trash boats ng binili ng ahensya upang makatulong sa mga local government units sa paglilinis sa mga tributaries sa Manila Bay. Sa pamamagitan ng Manila Bay Coordinating Office, ang DENR ay bibili ng 24 na trash boats para suportahan ang local government units sa kanilang malawakang paglilinis ng mga ilog at sapa at iba pang tributaries na daraanan o nagde-drain sa Manila Bay. Sa 24, 4 na units na ang nabili habang ang natitirang 20 ay mabibili pa rin sa taong ito. Ang 4 na units po na ito ay ito-turn over sa magkakahiwalay na selebrasyon sa mga sumusunod na LGUs. Sa NCR, Pook ng Malabon at Maynila. Sa Region 3, Munisipalidad ng Obando sa Bulacan Province. Sa Region 4A, Provincial Government of Cavite. Ang mga tatanggap ng additional 20 units ay kasalukuyan pa rin kinikilala ngayon, ngunit karamihan sa kanila ay magmumula sa National Capital Region. Ayun po't nakikita natin na tinitignan ng ating Pangulo ang isa sa mga trash boats. Ito pong trash boats na ito ay dinisenyo para makapasok sa mga makikitid na estero dito po sa iba't ibang bahagi ng ating bansa. At ito po ay siyang kukuha ng mga itinatapong mga dumi dyan para malinis itong ating mga estero at itong ating Pasig River. Matatandaan niyo po na ilang taon na nakakaraan nag-issue ng isang mandamos ang Korte Suprema para sa mga local government units na linisin ang napakaruming Manila Bay, no? So dahan-dahan po na ginagawa na yan sa pamumuno ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources. At sa pagkipagtulungan po dito sa iba't ibang local government units at yung mahigit 270 government private corporations na sumali po dito sa Adopt an Estero program ng ating pamahalaan. Kanina po ay nagkaroon na ng signing ng Memorandum of Agreement ng bagong 40 adopters ng Adopt an Estero program. Ito pong mga bagong partners ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources para sa Adopt an Estero program ang siyang tutulong para maglinis at i-rehabilitate ang iba't ibang mga waterways dito po sa ating bansa. At ang ating Pangulo po ay nakikita na natin na patungo na dyan sa may gazebo area para sa tree planting ceremony naman. Ito pong pagpa-plant ng Tindalo tree. Ito po ay ginagawa bilang bahagi ng National Greening Program ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Kanina po, ipinakita sa ating Pangulo itong sample ng Tindalo tree. Ito po ay bahagi ng 100 million seedling ng National Greening Program. Ito pong National Greening Program is the biggest reforestation program in the history of the Philippines na inilunsad ni Pangulong Benigno S. Aquino III noong nakaraang taon. Ito pong seedling ay nanggaling sa Tindalo tree na itinanim naman ni Pangulong Manuel L. Quezon noong 1938. Itong Tindalo na ang common name is Avzelia rhomboidea. This is a hardwood species belonging to the family of Fabaceae. It is indigenous to the Philippines and classified as endangered. Its timber is used for railroad ties, high-grade furniture, and interior works, among others. The Magellan's Cross, planted in Cebu City in 1521, is now encased in a Tindalo wood cross. At kanina po sa talumpati ng ating Pangulo, sinabi niya na inulunsad niya ang National Greening Program sa loob ng 6 na taon po ay dodoblehin na ang pagtanim sa mga lupain, no? Dahil sinasabi nila na kalahati ng almost 15 million hectares ng ating forest ay nakalbo na, kung kaya't inumpisahan itong National Greening Program. At sinabi po ng ating Pangulo sa kanyang talumpati na dapat bawat isa sa atin ang mag-ambag para sa tagumpay ng National Greening Program. Inisyu nga po niya ang Executive Order number 23 o itong moratorium sa logging para mabigyan pagkakataon ng ating mga forest na matamnan muli. Ito pong illegal yung mga illegal logs na nahuli mula sa mga illegal loggers ay ginawang mga upuan at mesa para sa mga public schools. At binanggit din po ng ating Pangulo sa kanyang talumpati ang Adopt an Estero program at sabi niya saludo siya sa 275 na pribadong korporasyon at LGUs at yung bagong 40 adopters ng Adopt an Estero program sa kanilang pagtulong sa pamahalaan para malinis yung ating mga estero. At inatasan po ng ating Pangulo, sinabi niya sa kanyang talumpati na inatasan niya ang Department of Interior and Local Government, ang Department of Environment and Natural Resources, at ang Department of Justice para magpulong. Kasama na rin ang Bureau of Corrections na maghanda na rin para dito sa pagkaso at pagkulong, pagsampa ng kaso at pagkulong sa mga illegal loggers para matigil na ang pagkalbo sa ating mga forest areas. At sabi po, 200,000 hectares na ang planong tatamnan dito po sa ilalim ng reforestation program ng DENR. Ayon po kay Secretary Pahe, kalahati kasi na mahigit 15 million hectares ng forest land sa bansa ay kalbo na. At bago mag-2013, target ng DENR na mahigit sa kalahati ang reforested na. Nakatulong daw ng malaki ang isinagawang total log ban ng pamahalaang Aquino. At sinabi po sa talumpati din kanina sa report ni Secretary Pahe kay Pangulong Aquino kanina ay dito po sa Clean Air Program, dismayado daw po siya sa nangyayari kung kaya't makipagpulong siya sa Land Transportation at sa Philippine Medical Association, sa LTO at PMA para pag-usapan kung paano lalong mapapatupad ng mahusay itong Clean Air Program ng ating pamahalaan. At nakikita po natin ang pagpapatuloy ng tree planting ng ating Pangulo dyan po sa labas ng Malacanang at ang itinatanim ay ang Tindalo tree. No? Itong Tindalo tree na ngayon ay nag-encase o nagbabalot dito sa Magellan's Cross sa Cebu City. At ito pong itinanim ng ating Pangulo ay ang ika-100 seedling ng National Greening Program ng pamahalaan. At yan po ang kabuuan ng ating live coverage para po sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Radio TV Malacanang at National Broadcast at People's Television Network and lahat po ng mga kababaihan at kalalakihan ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Happy silver anniversary po sa inyong lahat. And that wraps up our program. Thank you all very much. Congratulations to the DENR. Happy anniversary and have a good day. This has been your host, Veronica Baluyut Jimenez. A pleasant day to everyone. Thank you.